everybody. Star Trek podcast is where you're at, and it's called The TV Show in Space. Welcome, everybody. So happy you're here. I'm your host, Rebecca Frost, Commander, joined by Admiral Carrie Jackson, Ambassador Jake, Emissary Rob, and Chief of Space Tech Tony. We're doing something a little differently today because we're only going to talk about 2 Deep Space Nine episodes because I am realizing the more we talk about Deep Space Nine at the same time as like Starfleet Academy, I just want to spend more time talking about Starfleet Academy.
What?
And big episode this week, you guys.
Unfortunately, it jives, right?
Yeah, big Deep Space Nine episode on Starfleet Academy this week. You guys watched it? You guys enjoyed it?
I'm 10 minutes in. I'm going to finish it later.
Oh, Carrie.
No, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me.
Oops.
Just surprised it's
okay,
not me
good.
holding
Because guess what, you guys? They did it. They did it.
They did a lot in that one.
They did a lot. But the biggest thing that I think they did is made me be okay with hologram, with Sam the hologram.
Oh.
Because they explain her deal. And I'm like, this makes sense to me.
Well, how about the doctor? Are you still unsure?
Well, she hasn't watched Voyager. She doesn't really have any context for the doctor.
No, I know.
You know?
except that you can tell, I hope, that he's got a lot of unresolved trauma, that one.
Oh, yeah.
How can you have trauma as a hologram?
You're still a sentient being, Rebecca.
Sam at least makes sense to me because she is there as a representative of Cask.
Well, now Sam's been doing it for how many days?
That's what I was going to say. It should make less sense for you,
months.
for Sam.
4
She's
months.
been alive for 229 days.
Where the doctor, we're talking what now? 400 years?
800 years.
500 years.
800 years.
800 years. So, yeah.
Oh my God, he's Yoda.
Did you guys see who co-wrote this episode?
Yes.
Yeah,
and who's also in it.
And in it as well. And
both writers, actually. So Kirsten Beyer, who wrote it with Tawny Newsome,
right,
wrote a ton of novels. And then she was hired as a producer, like a consulting producer on Discovery when Discovery launched. And she's been a writer/producer on everything that's followed.
Were any of her novels about Deep Space Nine?
I don't think so. I think mostly they were Voyager, like
So
post-return Voyager.
So she's there for the doctor and his whole arc thing, where Tawny, who just has Deep Space Nine memorized from start to finish.
Yeah.
well,
As well should.
and the jokes
Yeah.
just very much smacked of Lower Decks. I'm just like, yes, give me that flavor. Yes.
Carrie, has Tawny appeared
it was
in the episode
very-
so far that you've seen?
Yes, that's as far as I've gotten, is where she's talking to the hologram lady, about maybe you need to solve this mystery. Maybe you should do that. I just went, how could I not love Tawny Newsome? She's just amazing.
Well, and as I was watching it, I was like, oh my God, that's my friend Tawny Newsome. I had no idea. She was going to be in it. Carrie, I'm going to spoil the end.
Go ahead.
Of this Starfleet Academy episode for you.
There were clouds.
And Jake, you're muted. We cannot hear
muted,
you.
Jake. There you
Yeah,
go.
sorry, I got out of my chair. That's the problem. You can't just spoil the end, though, because there's a lot that builds up to that. So
There's a lot
but
of
I just
building.
want to
Yeah.
spoil. I just want to spoil Tawny.
I know, but you can't because it requires the build-up.
It
So
does.
Tawny Newsome is like, Cisco loved tomatoes in his gumbo. Blah,
She's doing the
blah,
build-up.
blah.
Wow,
And she
really? This is the way you're doing this?
she gives Sam the unpublished work of Jake Sisko.
Oh, his book that he never published.
Which
Correct.
was a very published-looking book, I might add.
But also, by the way, I keep hearing all about what a great writer Jake Sisko is, and I have yet to encounter any of these great writings.
He's like 14 where we're at in this show.
Yeah, are we allowed to say that's coming, or are we going to get in trouble for that?
But
Trouble
in this
again.
Starfleet Academy episode, it's like specifically, they're like, "Oh, the great writer Jake Sisko. Oh, you mean the great writer Jake
Well,
Sisko?
That's I know that's breaking the rules, Rebecca.
Well,
But
okay, we can break
say
rules.
anything.
Okay, we can break
Okay.
rules today. Let's break rules today.
all right,
Rebecca,
okay.
it's about to get good.
It's
Yeah.
it's,
Well,
it's coming up, and it is what is considered probably top 5 episodes of Deep Space Nine.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Which
so she starts reading this book, and a hologram / her imagination / reading
Yeah.
the book brings Jake Sisko to her.
There's a lot of that in this episode where you're like, is she just imagining this, or is it like
Is there some kind of weird technology within
is
the
that-
book?
Yeah.
Or can she, with the photon sciencey stuff, could she conjure up
They
the
never
image
say
of
it.
That's-
someone?
They
that's a
never
good
say it.
question.
It
That's a good question.
seems closer to that
That's
to me.
That's what it sounds like to me. But
Well, it's one thing to conjure the images, but Jake talks with her.
Well, no,
So does that
but-
mean she was just talking with herself?
But Tony,
Right.
if you remember, she asked him specifically, "Are you here?" And he's like, "Do you want me to be?"
Exactly.
So they leave it. They leave that up to the.
It's Schrodinger's
That's what I'm.
Jake.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know if there's some sort of cool tech in that book that's doing this, or if it's just all in her head, or what.
Yeah, because like I'm in the middle of East of Eden right now, and I have been having conversations with John Steinbeck, but I don't know where I'm at when
Watch
that's
out.
happening.
watch out, he's a feisty one.
He's a communist socialist.
Well, what I think is happening, the way you're describing it, is, I mean, she has access to hologram technology, photonic, sorry, and she has access to the libraries and
Infinite knowledge.
infinite knowledge,
and
and
infinite
I
combinations.
would think that a supercomputer from the future would be able to conjure up someone if there was enough records of them.
Yeah.
I guess it might be
possible.
like AI
Yeah,
I was
create
gonna
this
say,
from
we-
this book for me.
We are already experimenting with that kind of thing.
Oh my god.
You know,
So I that's what I think's going on. I don't think it was his ghost because
There-
By the way, I purged my algorithm.
Oh, your
really?
girlfriend.
Yeah, I got dumped by my AI girlfriend.
Oh.
Yes.
that's
Sorry,
I'm
Matt.
sorry.
That's terrible.
bummer, man.
So she returns the book, saying basically, like, Jake basically tells her, "My dad was always there, but I can't prove it."
Mhm.
And she returns the book.
And
Wait,
well, I mean, you'll do a better job than me because she is like, how do you even like have this book? And Tawny's like, oh, I was gifted it for safekeeping for some, like, if and for the right people to access it.
Yeah.
And
Starfleet Academy.
and Sam, because earlier on Tawny's like, oh, Cisco liked to put tomato in his gumbo and blah blah blah.
He had to grow them in his quarters.
And he had to grow them in his quarters.
was what she
And
said.
Sam says, hey, how did you know that? Because the fact that Cisco grew tomatoes in his quarters is not in any of the records that I've come across.
No.
And then there's a whole minute of, hey, wait a minute. And Tawny pulls her hair back and you see some trill markings.
Mm.
And this is the first time I've ever been excited about Deep Space Nine. Because I went, is that fucking Dax, dude? and it's Dax. Ilya Dax as a teacher at Starfleet Academy.
Leave it to Tawny Newsome to write herself into an episode and make her a major character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Good for her.
Again, you got to love this woman.
Yep.
the reason I asked Harry if you had gotten to their first interaction, Sam and Dax's first interaction, is she after the end of that conversation, Tawny turns and walks away with her hands behind her back.
Ah, perfect.
At the
A little
slight
bit of a
tilt.
lilting
Yep.
step.
Perfect.
God,
No,
she's so cool.
Again, now, I've only seen the beginning of this episode, but my favorite part was Hologram Girl going into the Bajorans and saying, "Is your religion even real?"
Christian atheist walks into Christian club.
Oh, man.
Where is your God?
Yeah, where's your God? I
Where
understand.
is your God?
Yeah.
I also
funny.
love the fact that they got around the prohibition on Avery Brooks' likeness by saying he's so sacred now that they don't show images of him.
Yeah, yeah.
The Muhammad.
Yeah.
But was that now I read that there's apparently a voiceover
Yes.
of Avery Brooks. Now
At the very end.
is that a fresh one or is that something that they cobbled together?
Neither. He actually did a spoken word, and they got the permission to use that. So he had actually done that years before.
Oh.
I wondered
So
where
it was
that
actually
came
him.
from.
Yeah.
so-
I have it, and I can share it with you, Carrie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So what's the deal with Avery Brooks? Why
He's a weirdo. That's what it is.
is he?
Hey, you leave the emissary alone.
But like,
Hey,
why?
someone could be a weirdo and still be
Maybe
awesome.
come over there.
Nothing wrong with that.
Name one. Just kidding. What's the deal with Avery Brooks?
What's the deal?
Jake could probably know more than I, but from what I've read, he, he's just such an out there personality that
Eccentric, right?
eccentric, yeah. That he, it's not that he hates the Star Trek fans; he's just not interested,
And he's retired from acting. He was a theater professor for a long time, and really, he's just enjoying life. I don't want to say as a recluse, but yeah, he's just doesn't have any interest in getting out there.
Okay.
And in the follow-up to this episode, and I knew some of this, a year and a half ago, Tharok Lofton, who plays Jake, got Avery's blessing to do the episode, and then passed every draft of the script past him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Tani posted on Instagram today a video of Sam, the actor playing Sam, on a phone call with Avery, basically where he says, "You are the emissary now," and she's like, "Oh, I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much."
That's
And,
cool.
Yeah,
That is cool.
yeah.
Weird. What a weirdo.
You can, Rebecca, if you watch. So Maya and I, there, I can talk. I'm as good as,
Yeah,
a new
words.
computer. Maya and I last night were telling Rebecca about The Captains by William Shatner, the documentary.
Yeah. Documentary, yeah.
And he did a breakout of extended interviews of the 5 captains. And the Avery Brooks one is shot almost entirely in his home at Avery's piano, where he's like riffing on the piano, and he's speaking in such like poetic, deep terminology. And William Shatner's sitting there like,
Someone out weirding me?
How dare you out weird me.
That's my job.
I
This
would
guy's
liken
taking my
it,
shtick.
I would liken it to like Grant Morrison writing, where I have a hard time following Grant Morrison writing, and I feel like it's too smart for me. But I can follow Avery because it's very much like deep jazz musician artist type. Snake
Just
jazz.
like that.
I mean, he'll sit there at the piano and play a little riff, and then he'll look at Shatner and say things that, the word "if" is the middle word in life, and things like that,
Interesting. I'm actually begging you guys to watch that William Shatner documentary from 2 years ago, because what you're saying is reminding me a lot of that random stream of consciousness
Oh, you
William
mean like when
Shatner
we were sitting
documentary.
through him talking?
Yeah, if you want to
summer?
watch it in like movie format,
Okay.
there's that whole documentary.
So I grabbed this. This is my
Oh, that. Damn you, Jake.
Oh, look at that.
my
What do we
first
got?
page of the script is signed by Sirach is there, and this is Tani.
Hey, when you die, can I have that?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
You can have the torn up Whoopi Goldberg pages too.
Awesome.
You have a what?
Oh, I guess I've never talked about that. Sorry. 2 years ago today, I worked on a Trek project with Whoopi Goldberg that I'd written. She was recording the voiceover for it, and afterwards she ripped up the script pages.
Because of why?
I don't think it's that she hated him.
No, it's just when you're done. You
She's
just-
one of those
she-
people
it's
that when
just,
you're done with
all
something,
done.
there are people that do that. Just rip
Are you
know.
digging around in your trash can for those ripped up scripts?
I thought they were in this binder, but it looks
I
like
thought they were in this trash can. They must be in my other trash can.
My other script trash can.
The round file. When they call it the round file, Jake, they don't literally mean that you should
Yeah,
use
yeah.
Kobe.
Yeah.
a garbage can as a
anyway,
filing system.
I did. She ripped up the pages, and I kept them with her handwritten notes, her handwritten
cool.
production notes, and stuff like that.
Also, this episode of Starfleet Academy, I don't feel like needed a B plot, but it had a B plot. I think because they're like, we have Holly Hunter, like we have to have a
You
B
got
plot
him.
with Holly Hunter, and she's just getting progressively weirder,
She
Yes.
is.
and I really like it.
Yeah.
Like, why does she gotta lay down everywhere? Is she okay? Is she...
When you've been alive for 400 plus years, you get tired. Okay.
I love that she lies down everywhere. She never wears
doesn't matter where she is.
shoes.
Yeah.
I love all of these little eccentricities about her. You know, all the things that the people who hate the quote woke Star Trek, you know,
She's so granola.
I love everything about that. You know,
Well,
Yeah.
there's also Commander or Captain Kelrick, Chancellor Kelrick called her out as like, oh, going to make this turbo lift ride as awkward as possible.
And she just
She's
Yeah.
like sprawl.
And I guess the last thing I think I want to say about this episode, unless there's other things you guys want to mention about it, because we got Deep Space Nine we got to talk about too.
I want to say just a couple of things about the episode.
Yeah.
One, so whereas we have waited 20-something years to find out stuff, I think this for me was very much like Prodigy wrote a closer for Voyager. This was it wasn't exactly what I wanted, but it was kind of what I needed for DS9 to be like, okay, here's our postscript and out. And it worked for me that way. I thought that it was a nice touch, the monologue at the end, Sam's monologue. But I don't want to say more than that.
To
because of what
Chiwetel
it
Ejiofor, by the way,
Yes.
who's the voice of the Maker.
really,
Yeah.
that's who that is.
His name popped up in the credits, and I was like, what do you mean Chiwetel Ejiofor's in this episode?
What the?
Yeah.
Mort
well,
calling
not just
Orson.
that-
Mort calling Orson.
Yeah, not just that one though, but also her direct-to-camera monologue at the end.
With the
Which is like,
montage
oh.
with her friends and everything, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was really well done, and just the love that Tawny Newsome apparently has for this series, those characters, and being able to go, I want to be a part of that. I couldn't, but here's a little way that I can do that. It all just seemed to work together well, and I knew about some things coming up in this episode. I did not know about the cameo that shows up in the middle. I was just kind of like, yeah, but what? What just happened here? And this episode was for me reminiscent of The Visitor from DS9. Don't worry about it, Rebecca. You get there eventually. It's an episode.
Yeah, that's the thing, is this episode can't really like go into too much of a deep dive of it, led by me at least, because I don't know any of this stuff they're talking about.
But the Visitor part of it was the hearing. We've seen Sisko over the course of DS9 talk about being a father, how much he loves Jake. We also get to see that, but now we get to see an adult Jake talking about his father in the way he loved him and the way that he loved his family, and from a perspective that we have not had a chance to see for 20-something years, or even when the show was on, because Jake was still a teenager.
There were several post Cisco DS9 books, I know, and I read a couple of them. For the life of me, I can't conjure them
Unity
up.
is the most recent one that
Yeah.
I've read, where we discovered that the Trill and the conspiracy shrimp that were in the Federation are actually related.
Oh, really?
Oh, interesting.
Conspiracy shrimp?
Yeah, I think the
The little lobster scorpion things that
Yeah.
they blew up Decker's head on.
I thought they were worms. Are they not worms?
they are.
Gotcha.
they
Is
are
that just their
distantly
tails
related to
coming out the
Trill.
back or something?
Conspiracy shrimp. Just love.
Distantly related to the Trill symbionts. So
Interesting.
there you go.
And I've got 3 closing comments on this episode.
Go
if
ahead.
I may.
Hear it.
One, first of all, Rebecca, I've mentioned this several weeks, maybe months ago now, how badly I wished that you could watch Deep Space Nine in reverse.
Yeah.
You sort of can now,
Sure.
because you know that Cisco ends up in the Celestial Temple with the prophets.
So also, okay, so here's the thing. When they're reading the children's book, which cool children's book, they should sell that. And who was it? Occam's like, this is a children's book? Also, do you think they call him Occam because he's simple?
like
Anyway.
All right.
Anyway, but they're talking about like, according to, the Bajorans or whatever, this is what happened to him. I'm like, okay, so there's no mystery. We know what happened to him.
Well, you know what happened up to the cave.
Yeah,
Right.
but then in the children's book, they're like, and now he lives in Prophet Land.
Well, I mean, how is
But
that
he
different?
promised to come back.
Oh, like Jesus.
I was gonna say it's kind of allegory going on here.
And so
Like,
that's where the question mark comes in.
atheist walks into Christian club. Where is your
P.S.
God?
P.S. Can we call Jaden a gay Klingon now, or are we still not there yet?
Okay, he's my little gay
I
Klingon.
think so.
Are we there yet?
Well,
Biker-
it's later on in this
Gary,
episode.
you're not there
Gary, you
yet.
haven't got
Well,
there
no,
yet.
because he's walking around, wearing the skirt, but they did that in season 1 of
No.
Next Gen.
No.
Okay,
That's-
Carrie.
You-
I mean,
you'll
that's as
see in
far
the
as I
episode.
got. So
Yeah,
you'll see
you
it
No,
just
yeah,
wait.
later on.
You'll just
Yeah.
wait.
You'll get there.
okay.
It's
All
gonna
right.
get good, Carrie.
All right.
Flirtations.
Gary, it's gonna get good.
Again, I love all the woke stuff. in
Caleb's
this.
not
I do.
the only one flirting with the war college.
No.
Ooh.
No, he's not.
And it's a
Oh.
little more requited in Jaden's
yeah.
case.
Okay, here are two other things.
Yes.
Okay.
Broke out my Cisco mug,
Cisco's
Creole.
Creole
Nice.
Kitchen. Yep.
Cisco's
Cute.
Creole Kitchen.
Tastes like gumbo.
And the last thing is that the bartender, the drag queen bartender, is my friend Jackie Cox, who has done a lot of like promotional stuff for the Trek franchise. She's very, very good friends with Tawny Newsome. Tawny, in fact, yesterday posted on Instagram that one time at a Star Trek convention, she borrowed a bra from Jackie.
Nice.
Jake,
And,
can you put in a word to Tawny for me?
Yeah, sometime, Rebecca, off camera, I will tell you my Tawny Newsome story and why she's nice to me.
Because you're a nice person?
Yeah.
It's a little more involved than that.
Oh.
And Jackie did the Picard recaps that I wrote for TikTok that won me a Clio. So
Oh.
yeah, Jackie and I are.
What is a Clio?
It's
Pinocchio's cat.
Thank you.
it's the award for like media marketing.
Oh.
Like
you
it
just
started
mean mugging me,
as
Rebecca?
a radio award, and then it moved into like TV advertising, and
You
Yeah.
got an award for TikTok?
sure did.
Crazy. What a world. What a world.
But IMDb won't accept the credit because it's TikTok.
Really?
Sure. The
Oh, come
last
on.
thing I want to say about Starfleet Academy before we move on. Stephen Colbert really did just sit in a booth for a day saying one-liners, didn't
Yeah.
he?
Was it just one? Oh, I bet it was more than one day, but yeah.
I don't know. but
But you could knock that in.
You think he did it all in one day? Maybe.
Yeah.
because even in this episode, the computer is laughing at its own joke.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
they-
there's like 4 or 5 new ones every episode. Like
Yeah.
they just keep coming. I
just
love
wild that he really just sat there at home, probably just
it.
reading off Star Trek one-liners. Okay.
I bet it was at the studio actually, since it's a CBS show.
He's in New York. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Cool. We love you, Starfleet Academy, and we love you, Tawny Newsome. If you're listening, oh my god, that would be so cool. Tony, where are you at in your TOS?
Oh, I didn't watch any more TNG. No. It's only been a week, and I had to
Pluto-
watch 2 episodes of DS9 and Starfleet Academy.
Pluto TV now has all 5 Star Trek channels. So while I was sick, I was watching a whole lot of TOS and TNG just on repeat. Okay,
Your security blanket.
my security blanket. Okay, well, disappointed in you, Tony.
Get used to
So we're gonna talk about Deep Space Nine. I'm gonna start getting excited about Deep Space Nine, but we're gonna talk about the Maquis parts 1 and 2. So part 1, the destruction of a Cardassian ship leads Cisco, Ducat, and Cisco's old friend Cal Hudson to the fact that there is an unofficial war between the Maquis and the Cardassians. The Maquis, you might remember, that's where Ro went. Our friend Ro Laren, she went to go join the Maquis.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first we are seeing them. As a Cardassian transport, the Bac-Nor prepares for departure from Deep Space Nine. A man in a Starfleet uniform surreptitiously makes adjustments to some nearby equipment, and shortly after departing, the vessel explodes, killing everyone on board. While the crew begins an investigation, Starfleet sends Lieutenant Commander Calvin Hudson, the Federation attaché, to the new demilitarized zone along the Cardassian border to advise and assist. And this guy's cool. He showed up, and I was like, yeah, this guy fucks. This guy's cool.
Well, he's-
that
he's-
DMZ was also established in the TNG episode Journey's End, where Wesley became the Traveler, and they were doing that forced relocation thing. But then they were like, "Oh, we're not going to do that, but you're on your own."
That's what I thought that was. I was like,
Yeah.
this. I think this is the thing. Yeah.
Is
Well,
this
that,
that?
the Cal Hudson, the actor, is
Casey.
Bertie Casey's a former football player.
Whoa.
And actor, and other actor from other stuff too.
And then retired from football and started doing acting. Quite a bit of acting, actually.
So, Cal Hudson, an old friend of both Commander Sisko and Dax, confides in Sisko his dissatisfaction with his assignment, and he believes Starfleet abandoned the colonists and that their trust in the Cardassians to honor the treaty is naive. Man, Starfleet, I have a lot of faith in you. I have so much faith in Starfleet, but the way that they are treating certain groups of people. Did you guys watch that Saturday Night Live sketch with Ashley Padilla where she changes her mind about Trump?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think.
I love her, by the way.
She's incredible. Movie star.
She's
Superstar.
yeah, exactly. She's one of the best people on that show right now.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
she's just recurring, right? It's like she's not.
She's a featured player, yeah.
Feature player now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Sisko returns to his quarters that evening, he finds Gul Dukat waiting for him. This fucking guy.
Hanging out on his couch.
Look, it used to be his station. He's like, I go where I want.
Dukat explains that he's there unofficially, heavy on the air quotes, without the knowledge of Cardassian Central Command to help Sisko find the truth. On Dukat's request, the two take a runabout to the demilitarized zone, where they detect two Cardassian vessels attacking a Federation merchant ship. The attackers ignore Dukat's orders to stand down, but before the runabout can intervene, an unidentified Federation vessel appears and destroys the Cardassians. Oh boy. Meanwhile, a Vulcan associate of the saboteur, Sakona, approaches Quark to negotiate a business arrangement, which he is surprised to learn is an attempt to acquire a wide array of weapons. Elsewhere on the station, the saboteur is abducted by unknown assailants. Sisko and Dukat arrive at a colony in the demilitarized zone to find Hudson and several colonists in a heated debate with Gul Evek, Hudson's Cardassian counterpart. Did I hear someone want to start saying something?
Oh, I was just gonna say, you gotta admire Quark. Always shoots the shot. You know, he sees what he wants and he tries for it, and he usually gets blocked a lot.
He
but
brought his
never-
game with
That's right.
Hottie Vulcan. And it,
Yep.
you know,
Can you?
She gave him a maybe.
Yeah, she
Hang
gave
on
him
now.
this.
She did.
gave
Talk
him
to
a
the hand.
maybe.
Can you imagine the abomination of a Vulcan Ferengi child?
Oh, I'm sure we'll see it on Starfleet Academy.
Oh, one
You're
can
not
hope.
wrong. You are not wrong. I'll bet.
It's going to be a peach Yoda.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah.
Yeah, I just have to
Grow
say,
hair.
this is only Gul Dukat's 6th appearance on Deep
And this
Space
fucking
Nine.
guy.
Yeah.
Feels like
And
more
like-
than
like-
6.
You would swear like he'd been in way more than just
Yeah.
6 by this point, right?
And it's so funny because like every time he and Sisko are having their buddy cop adventure, the entire time Sisko's like
This
giving him
fucking
the
guy.
world's biggest side eye.
Yeah.
Like, how can I ever believe a single thing that you tell me?
And
It's a
and
fair
and,
question.
and Dukat is just he's just terrific because he's just like,
Come
what?
on.
What?
Yeah.
Twist the knife.
Great.
Also, Gul Evek was the Cardassian representative on Journey's End too, so he negotiated that DMZ, which is it's a nice sense of continuity to have him back for this one.
So Evek produces a recorded confession from the Bac-Nor saboteur, identified as William Patrick Samuels, and then brings in Samuels's corpse, claiming that he committed suicide, sparking outrage from the colonists.
He ran
Hudson
into a
later
door.
he, he
look
fell out of
fake
a
at
window.
all.
He fell out
Or
of a window.
forced. Didn't look forced at all.
Hudson later privately concedes that Samuels may have been guilty of sabotage, but claims that the colonists have a right to defend themselves and warns Sisko about the Cardassians again. Hey man, you ain't gotta tell me twice. On the way back to DS9, Dukat vehemently denies Hudson's assertion that the Boknor was transporting weapons. O'Brien confirms that the device that destroyed the Boknor was of Federation origin. Sisko has Dukat's headquarters secured as a precaution, but Sakona and several colonists manage to kidnap him, which is fascinating, which is an excellent scene. Dukat, they come to collect him, and he just goes along with them, and they go to whatever cargo transport ship they're on to, and he's like, I have a feeling this isn't what it is you say it is, huh? Dukat's just like, so, don't you dare grow on me, Dukat.
Casually along for the ride, acting as though he has never lost his position of authority with anyone, right?
Yeah.
Like he thinks he acts like he's in charge all the time.
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Honestly, an inspiration.
Yeah.
So, a group in the demilitarized zone, calling itself the Maquis, claims responsibility. Sisko, Kira, and Bashir track the kidnappers to a planet in an area known as the Badlands, where they are captured by armed Maquis members with Hudson revealing himself as their leader. Hudson, come on.
Yep.
J'accuse.
I remember when I first saw this episode. I went, I don't know, something about that guy.
He's too cool. He's too cool. What's a guy this cool doing on Deep Space Nine?
Exactly.
So some trivia, and that's the end of part one. So some trivia for this episode sets up a lot of stuff. So a reference to the Badlands is a precursor to Star Trek Voyager. This episode marks the first appearance of the Maquis, who we kind of heard about in the past, but now they are an established thing.
Front and center.
And if you guys like history, like I do, the Maquis are named after the French resistance movement against the Nazi occupation of France from 1940 to 1944. However, their predicament is more similar to that of the French citizens caught in Algeria during that country's war for independence from France, which lasted from 1954 to 1962. Maquis is the French word for the bush and was used to refer to the mountains of southeastern France, which is covered in scrub brush. The terrain of the area is extremely rough and can prove both difficult and hazardous to navigate, especially with vehicles, which made it an ideal place for the resistance fighters to hide and strike from. The thick bush and rough terrain gave the resistance fighters a big advantage, so they took it as their name. Similar to how the Badlands is dangerous to navigate, especially for starships, and provides ample places to hide.
Well.
It's also kind of the Bermuda Triangle of Star Trek, because ships just keep getting lost.
Yeah. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
So
I need to pull a Jake really quick and go get something. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, Baba Booey. Now we can talk about Rob all we want.
Talk about Rob.
Rebecca, the first scene of Voyager takes place at Deep Space Nine. So
of course it does.
That's where the crew is assembling, and they board the ship.
Voyager comes next, or Enterprise. Okay,
The Voyager's next, then Enterprise.
Okay. Part 2. Sisko tries to resolve the Maquis crisis by preventing a war, freeing Gul Dukat, and offering the defected Hudson the chance to return. So Sisko demands to see Dukat. Hudson accuses Sisko of siding with the Cardassians over him. Hudson claims the Maquis want only peace, while Sisko characterizes their desire to retaliate simply as revenge. After Sisko declines an offer to join, Hudson and the Maquis stun the group and depart. This was an interesting moment for me, I think, because in that moment, you were like, dang, I guess I am here as a representative of Starfleet, but at what point do you quit Starfleet and join the Revolution?
Exactly.
Yeah. Damn.
I like how Cal's like, what happened to you, man? You used to be cool.
You used to be cool, man. Yeah.
Cool. Exactly.
You and your uniform.
Back on Deep Space Nine, guess who's waiting for Sisko? It's our friend Admiral Nechayev.
Mm-hmm.
She refers to the Maquis as a bunch of irresponsible hotheads and instructs Sisko to reason with them, seemingly unaware of the true nature of the situation.
Okay, so they're irresponsible hotheads, but you go talk to them. It'll be fine.
Yeah. I guess Picard never told Sisko the secret to this lady is small sandwiches.
No.
You have to learn that on your own. What you got there for us, Rob?
I actually did not bring back what I thought I was going to bring back because it was not where I thought I had left it. But I was going to say that between the episode of Fresh Prince of Starfleet and these two episodes, the autobiography of Benjamin Sisko, great companion piece.
You don't just have a copy for every room in your house?
Not yet. I'm working on it.
I just ordered it from Derek, actually. Yeah. After last night, I was like, I got to read that book.
Yeah, you got it.
Rob today was like, you gotta read autobiography of Benjamin Sisko. Oh wait, nope, you can't.
Not yet.
Well, then I was like, is there an audiobook? And he's like, no, there's no audiobooks. If there was an audiobook, there's one thing I love. It's memoirs read by the celebrities who wrote them. Whatever.
This one would take a very long time for him to read.
Time.
I listened to it at 1.5 speed.
By the way, Rob, I just have to jump back to Academy for 1 second.
Yeah.
The last thing that Sam says to the makers is, I can live with it.
That.
Holla. Legat Parn, not a sandwich. Legat Parn of the Cardassian Central Command then arrives, and as Sisko prepares to meet him, Odo reports that he has caught one of the Vulcan's accomplices. Sisko arrives to find Quark in a holding cell. God damn it, Quark!
Mistaken identity.
I gotta say,
I
was still a little bit surprised he went through with the brokering of the weapons. I was a little bit surprised he did. I thought
3 words for you there, Tony. Gold pressed latinum.
Well, you know what? I don't know if he would have done it if it was just the money. I think he's still trying to work the angle with the Vulcan girl.
Totally.
Yeah.
And
but
I
again,
think that
gold
was the
pressed
main
latinum.
reason.
And can you blame him?
Thinking with his head.
He was,
He's
yeah.
thinking with his lobes.
Thinking with his lobes.
I really like that there was a Vulcan that was doing that, though. And that she expressed it all in logic.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's revisited in Picard season 3. There's a Vulcan underground warlord, crime lord, boss guy, who lays out his whole criminal syndicate logically, and you're just kind of like,
oh crap! This makes sense.
I kind of get it.
Yeah.
You're out of line, but you're right.
Now, the woman who plays Sakona, Bertila Damas, is her name, from Cuba, Cuban born.
Cuba.
And was in quite a lot of stuff, actually. She returns in Star Trek Voyager, just so you know. She was on the John Larroquette show, King of the Hill, Nothing But Trouble, but mostly stage acting.
Huh.
So that's fascinating. I was very curious about some episode of ER, things like that. Dexter. Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Quark eventually reveals that he arranged for Sakana to acquire weapons, unaware of the Maquis at the time, and believes Sakana was planning an attack within the next few days. Then, what are you doing? Parn then admits that the weapons have been smuggled into the demilitarized zone, informing Sisko and Kira that the Cardassian Central Command blames Dukat, claiming he is acting as a renegade, though Sisko and Kira consider it clear that they are merely setting him up as a scapegoat. Yep. Setting Dukat up as a renegade is one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my whole entire life, because I can draw the line at race. I can accept racism, but I draw the line at animal cruelty. At the Maquis base, Sakana attempts to establish a Vulcan mind meld with Dukat, who easily resists.
Basically laughing at her.
Yeah, he was, he wasn't even annoyed, really.
No.
He was kind of amused.
He was amused.
He was amused. Yep. It's like, oh, you're gonna try again in a few minutes, huh? All right. Well,
all right.
See you then.
Fine.
Rest your weary hands. Cisco, Bashir, and Odo arrive
You'll
to
need
interrupt
them for Quark.
Heyo. Where's
Cisco,
Lobes?
Bashir, and Odo arrive to interrupt the interrogation and try to resolve the situation peacefully, but Dukat grows impatient, triggering a firefight. The Maquis are captured, but Cisco lets one of their leaders go to deliver a message to Hudson, imploring him to settle things peacefully. They bring Dukat back to Deep Space Nine, where they inform him of Parn's accusations. With Dukat's help, they catch an Zepolite traitor transporting weapons on behalf of Central Command. Quark tells Sakana... Yes.
I was going to say, it's interesting at this point, Sisko is still trying to cover for his bud.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, just Forget
Dude.
it. Come on back. I got your uniform. Come on back. We'll
Open
won't
arms.
talk about this ever again.
We'll
Open
be
arms.
bros.
I won't tell Starfleet about your little mishap.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's already done that with the Admiral, because Nechayev is like, you fix this now, and he's like, I'll have to talk to
Exactly.
Cal
That's what I mean.
at
Like
some point.
Yep.
I
Mm-hmm.
I really love how he handled her though,
Yeah.
because Picard struggled with Nechayev,
Mm-hmm.
but there was just something about Cisco that he was just like, "You want me to do this? Okay, on
Yeah.
it, boss."
Mm-hmm.
That is interesting. I didn't really think about that. Quark talks Sakana into revealing to Cisco that the Maquis are planning to blow up a Cardassian weapons depot in the next 52 hours, but she does not know where it is. Dukat promises to find the depot's location, and in the meantime, Cisco visits Hudson one final time, imploring him to reconsider abandoning his career. Hudson resolutely declines, vaporizing his Starfleet uniform with a phaser.
I
That's
got
how
a
you
replicator
know.
over here. We can just get you another
Brutal.
one. We're good.
No, we got
We
6
got
in
a
the truck.
replicator.
Come on.
We can
do this.
replicate whatever you want.
Yeah.
The DS9 crew is waiting in runabouts when the Maquis arrive at the depot, and as neither Hudson nor Cisco wants to hurt the other, they attempt to disable one another. Finally, only Cisco's runabout and Hudson's raider remain, with Cisco's engines and Hudson's weapons inoperable. Over Dukat's objections, Cisco allows Hudson to escape. Ultimately, Cisco wonders if he had prevented a war or merely delayed the inevitable. Betrayal.
Ira Stephen Bear wanted Cal to die. Michael Piller said no, and then after he watched the episode was like, should have killed him.
Should have killed him.
Should have killed him.
I agree.
Well, he dies later. It is revealed later in Blaze of Glory that Hudson was killed during a skirmish with the Cardassians at some point.
Oh, he was killed off screen like Poochie?
Yeah, Poochie got sent back to his home planet. Yeah. But Ira Stephen Bear is also extremely proud of this episode and considers it to be one of the most important early episodes in establishing the darker Star Trek ideology for which Deep Space Nine would become famous.
He's not wrong.
There's
Yeah.
the best line to embody that. It's easy to be a saint in paradise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
That
really
is
cool.
good. That was a good
Ooh,
one.
Yep.
spicy.
Talks about how you
spicy.
look out the window and everything's perfect. And that was a really cool scene.
Yeah, the reviews are geek.com said that parts 1 and 2 are essential watching. For if you're doing a binge watching guide, these two are essential. USA Today included it in a must watch of the entire franchise, the Maquis story. Den of Geek said the Maquis is one of the best. Deep Space Nine. James Whitbrook of IO9 calls it a must watch. So I wish I liked it as much as those guys.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I liked it more compared to some of the previous other
you
stuff
go.
we've been watching.
I'm a little bit with Carrie on this one though. I liked it. I thought it was really good, but I mean, like, I don't know if it's
I didn't.
like.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't
how
hate
I
it.
feel about 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. Like, it's good, but you guys need to calm down about how good it is.
There wasn't enough Quark. More Quark, please.
Don't bring that here.
And
Don't bring that to my podcast.
House
To
of Quark
me-
is coming.
it was a world building.
Yeah.
Oh,
two-parter.
definitely.
That's
No,
great.
no.
And that's
They're-
great.
They're
Yeah,
absolutely.
it has its role. There's
Yeah.
lots more Maquis to come in Deep Space Nine and Voyager,
those.
and it's carrying threads from Next Generation. So it's doing its job,
Yes.
and it's well crafted and it's well performed. But it doesn't wow me.
Exactly. Those two episodes, they're absolutely essential to Deep Space Nine as a series to set things up. But like, it's not like the There Are Four Lights episode, right? Of Next Gen. That one
Here
stands
is where
alone
you're
by
all
itself.
wrong.
Oh,
You
I
know,
was
or
waiting
the-
for the rebuttal. Come on.
or
Well,
the,
no. So I do have a minor rebuttal, though.
You've been waiting to say that to me for 3 weeks, haven't you, Rob?
He's
I've
been
been
holding
waiting to
on
say
to
a
it.
lot of things to you for like 6 months now.
oh man, let's get it on.
Delete.
Control Z, Control Z, Control Z.
This episode does foundational work for the Maquis. Totally.
Yep.
It also shows you something that we have not seen outside of Sisko and Dax, is another relationship that Sisko has had with another Starfleet officer long term that he's known for a while.
Yeah.
And we get to see him struggle because it's his best friend. And again, going back to the book where they talk about what this cost him on a lot of different levels because he has such a history with Hudson. We get to see him struggle with trying to bring his friend back from, are you sure you want to marry her? Are you sure she's the one? That kind of situation. And watching him trying to do everything he can in his power against a brick wall and not being able to do anything about it. And when he lets Cal go, you can see that he knows at that point, I did everything I could, and I still couldn't convince him this is the right choice.
Now, in the Sisko book, is their relationship explored?
Yes, because it goes back to Sisko at the Academy.
Back at the Academy.
Meet Cal and Sisko earlier in their careers, and then he does come back to it and talk about how this situation affected him as well.
Does he punch out Solak in the book?
Yes.
Oh, how fun.
There you go.
Carrie, can't wait for you to finish that Starfleet Academy episode.
I'm gonna as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna rush in.
But this, you may have wanted a little more around either the world building to get more about what were the Maquis, what were some of their more specific grievances or what have you. But this was also building Sisko's character because we've seen the station commander, we've seen the father, we've seen the Starfleet officer dealing with superiors and subordinates, but we don't really get to see him hanging out with friends because Curzon was never a peer. Curzon was a mentor. Jadzia is not Curzon. Jadzia is junior officer.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they have the relationship that he had with Curzon that we've got to see them kind of continuing in a way, but we haven't seen him just with a friend. And when they first meet each other, when they're first talking, you can see that, I've missed talking, I've missed hanging out with you, I've missed all of these things. Man, we aren't where we thought we'd be at this point, but hey, we're doing pretty good. And watching how that just disintegrates and what that does to him, because you know that he's just like, I'm trying hard to, and he's playing both sides because he's got Nechayev on one side and his best friend on the other, and he's like, I don't want to tell mom, but somebody's got to pay for this.
Yep.
So there's a lot of things going on in this episode that you may not have considered in those terms, but were vitally important to who Sisko is as a character.
Excellent analysis, Rob.
There you go.
Indeed.
Exactly.
That's why we have you on the show.
Oh, thank you.
So I have some emails from some fans, you guys. One of them, it's kind of an old one that I've been putting off. It's from our friend Charles. Hope the new year's treating you, along with Carrie, Jake, Tony, and Rob, well. Mine's off to a great start. I know you've heard it plenty, but I agree that DS9 doesn't hit its stride until late season 2 or early season 3, so you're almost there. I also agree that O'Brien must suffer. At least the writers thought so. Builds character.
There's suffering to come.
And if
O'Brien's
there's
got so
anyone
much.
that needed to build character, it's Miles O'Brien.
I was gonna say he's got so much character by the end of this series. He's just
got an alter ego.
It's oozing out of his
up to here with
orifices.
character.
You know.
He has two questions. One, why do you think there aren't more women who are Star Trek fans? Of my friends, and I only know one, and she's only sadly... of my friends, I only know one, and she's sadly not a fan of podcasts. What? I have brought up this one to her several times. Tony. I have tried to get my wife to enjoy Star Trek, but the best I could do was Star Wars. The Acolyte, which she called the least geeky Star Wars show she has seen. Charles, get her to watch Andor.
Wait, are we trying to watch Star Wars? Or are we trying to watch Star Trek?
Give it a second. Chill out, man.
What are we doing here?
He did the best he could with his wife with Star Trek, but the best he could do was Star Wars. Okay.
Well, that implies that Star Wars is like watered down Star Trek for normals.
Well. Number 2, do you think men still do gatekeeping? I would hope that shitty practice has fallen to the wayside, but I fear I could be mistaken.
Yeah, it still happens.
It's still out there.
As a woman, I can tell you. Yeah. Men are still gatekeeping.
I'm really surprised by the female fan observation though, because my experience, especially at large scale Star Trek conventions, not like Comic Cons and stuff, but Star Trek conventions specifically, it's at least 50-50,
At
if
least,
not like
yeah.
60-40 women.
I mean,
And here's
Nice.
the
I mean,
from-
Utah's biggest Star Trek fan. I can say this because I know her. Janie Fleet. She is Utah's biggest Star Trek fan.
And Bijo
Where
Trimble.
am I?
Well, you're second. I'm
You're
sorry,
number
you
two.
can't compete with Janie.
You're number
That's
2.
fine. Yeah, that's fine. Because I haven't watched everything yet. Once I watch everything, I will
Yeah.
fight her for the title.
Bijo Trimble saved Star Trek.
A woman saved
Yeah,
Star Trek,
right.
right?
Lucille Ball.
Lucille Ball. Yeah.
I also what I think is when it comes to what we see online, a lot of dudes being loud behind keyboards and screens where they can't get in trouble.
Exactly.
Women, I'm gonna say it, women are a lot more emotionally intelligent and know not to do that.
That's
How
the
dare you?
facts.
That makes me so angry.
Tony.
We can see you, Tony.
Oh,
But women are more comfortable and confident in their opinions and don't need to go out there and make sure everybody
Absolutely.
knows it, right? They don't need to go
Absolutely.
swinging their dicks around, you know?
Yeah,
I've thought
absolutely.
about that a little bit.
Swinging your dick around.
Yeah, and no, it definitely feels like what you said. Like most people I interact or read from online are guys. Like
Yeah.
Angry guys.
it feels
Angry
like
guys.
there's a lot. It's weighted heavily on the males that get online and comment on things and go off on stuff, and unless everyone just hides behind a more male facade in their writing, I don't know. Maybe.
As I have said so many times, we men have fucked things up long enough. Let the women be in charge. And if Tawny Newsome is any example, look what she did.
The
you know?
biggest female Star Trek fan, or one of them at least, right?
Certainly,
Like,
certainly.
yeah, men.
Yeah, men.
I'll counter Charles's comment with the person that got me into Star Trek was my stepmother.
Yeah.
Lovely.
My mom, same thing.
Yeah, Rebecca Romaine says her mom got her too. It's something that it's a story that's been told a lot.
I am mostly aware of Star Trek because of my mom. Like it
Yeah.
was a presence in our house.
Jake, have you had a chance to see that book that Nana Visitor wrote about
the women of Star Trek?
I'm curious about it.
It was a replacement in my algorithm on Instagram, and I saw the ad for it just today. But I've seen it over the last
So
year. Or
this
however
this
long it's been out.
book popped up somewhere in my social media, and I was like, actually pissed at you guys because I was like, hey, how come nobody has told me about this book, and why don't I have it? Why has nobody sent me this book? Instead, I got pop-up books galore.
Because we didn't want to be the guys who say there's a book
Have you heard of this?
about women in Star Trek.
I
you
could
know?
really use a female Star Trek mentor.
You could.
So, Jake, again, if you could
Yeah,
just
I will-
pass
I'll-
on the
let me-
word to Tawny.
I was going to say, let me think on someone,
perfect.
but I'll see what I can do.
I could really use a female Star Trek mentor. Okay, and then the second email I want to read for us today is from another Jake, Weber State Professor Jake Carey.
Not UConn Professor Jake.
No, that's you.
No, it's you.
That's me.
I've been away from Geekshow for far too long and jumped onto the YouTube channel this week after many years of absence. Please forgive me if my question has been discussed previously. I enjoyed the first 2 episodes of Starfleet Academy, much like the panel did, but something does concern me. When do callbacks and old series and events go overboard and take away from any originality of the new series, other than Lower Decks, where they were nerds and that was the joke? Strange New Worlds, there are going to be events leading to Kirk taking command that are expected references, but for example, the Trelane episode in season 3, while by itself the episode was entertaining, it was also could have been more original instead of poke at the original series. Thanks, everyone. And I think this is such a super duper duper valid question. Like, when do callbacks and references to the old stuff become too much?
Well, I mean, Starfleet Academy is inherently. I mean, when you're rebuilding the academy, you're going to look at your history. So
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hell, this last episode alone
yeah,
was a giant callback.
Jake's gonna have a problem with this episode. I think.
But Strange New Worlds season 3 in particular, I think was a little bit too fan servicey for fans of the original series. Which, like, hey, I'm a big sucker for the original series, and I'll take what I can get. But at some point, it is like, okay, like let the new people enjoy something.
That's
Well,
and that's a tricky balance, right? Like,
yeah.
how do you draw the new while maintaining the old? And where's the line for fan service? And I feel like that's different for everyone. I love Picard season 3. I will forever have a special place in my heart for Picard season 3. Also, I recognize that it is fan service heavy.
Oh, completely. Yeah.
But what good fan service it is.
That's a spicy fan service.
It doesn't take away.
That's kind of what I want to get at, is like Jake said, it's different for everybody. But also I feel like the best episodes like this are the ones that, you've got your callbacks, but they also do enough to introduce new stuff, right? It's a balancing act. I don't think there's a hard and fast line you can draw, you know?
Season 3 of Strange New Worlds happened during the writer's strike, right, Jake? So that one is naturally kind of quirky.
A little bit, yeah. I think they kind of bookended the strike.
Plus, the whole premise of Strange New Worlds is we're leading up to Captain Pike's fate.
Whole deal, yeah.
Which is an original series thing. So, I mean, there's going to be a certain amount of, fan service, if you want to call it that. Season 3 was a little too quirky. I enjoyed it, but it was a little too quirky.
Yeah.
I need to come off of what Carrie just said about we know what Captain Pike's future is going to be, and I need to go back to Discovery, because Discovery was set, pre-Strange New Worlds, with the crew of the Discovery and then the Enterprise leading into Kirk. They tried to do some things, I think, similar to Enterprise, where they were like, this is what you don't know about. And then we're going to run into a problem, especially after they brought Pike and his crew in. We're like, we're coming up against that other guy. What can we do? And I think that their choice to go, what have we not done? Oh, look, far future, go, done. I think that by doing that, they were like, okay, we're going to chart our own territory, but also held a little bit of reverence for the old, despite the burn and everything that happened that destroyed the Federation, in trying to rebuild almost Archer-like the Federation again to its former glory, which we're now getting to see the fruition of that in Academy. So fan service, and I think the fan service is going to be different for everybody, because somebody's going to want this much fan service and then be done, and some people are going to want, give me all the fan service you can squeeze into 48 minutes, I'll take it, and then some.
Now, let me ask y'all, and Jake will probably be able to weigh in on this as well. Star Trek Voyager, wasn't that one of the great conceits, is that we sent them all the way to this other quadrant where there's no Starfleet history and everything. We don't have to deal with continuity,
Right.
We can do our own thing, and that's why. And I think that was a great motivator for the writers. It was like, oh, you can do whatever you want
At first.
Yeah.
But around season 3, season 4, they're just like, oh, we're just remaking Next Generation.
Well,
if it ain't broke.
That kind of goes along with what I was thinking, where if you're going to put more stories in a universe people are already familiar with, you got to have some form of, if you want to call it fan service or callbacks or Easter eggs or something, to just to establish continuity, or maybe not even continuity, just to tie it back, like Rob said. But the other factor is, let's be honest, if you do new stories in an established universe and you don't have fan service, people get mad.
Well,
they will say, how come this happened over here, but it doesn't tie into this over here? Or where's any reference to these awesome things that happened over here? And so you can't please.
Well, you get it
everybody.
it in the Marvel Cinematic Universe all the time.
Yeah.
Why didn't so and so just call the Avengers?
Exactly.
Yeah, and it sucks though,
So
right?
it is
because
what
then
it,
like you watch a show like Wonder Man, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh gee, I wonder how this is going to tie into everything else, and then it really takes me out. I'm so aggressive about this. It really takes me out of it when they reference things from the past, like, oh, remember that thing that happened in New York a couple of years ago? Wasn't that crazy? I didn't need that.
But the thing is like otherwise you just ignore it wholesale,
Yeah.
and people won't be happy with that either. You might as well just
How
tell a new
often
story.
are we
Well, hang
referencing
on.
the JFK assassination?
I do it
every other
daily.
day.
Oh,
But,
Haven't you
I
seen-
referenced the Lincoln assassination last night.
Haven't you
Too
watched
soon.
his
Too
YouTube
soon.
channel? He sits in
about
his in his car and well, anyway.
JFK does an unboxing video.
But so at that point you might as well just tell a new story in a new universe with new everything. You know what I mean?
But by the same token, we have the people who are complaining about Starfleet Academy, not just for the too woke, but it's not Star Trek enough for them. I'm like, okay, what do you want?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and that's
And-
the thing, right? Like when after Picard season 3, everyone was like, Star Trek Legacy, Star Trek Legacy, Star Trek Legacy. They
I'm
want
still
that
saying
story to
that.
continue. And my reaction always was, oh, you want a show with the adventures of the Enterprise featuring new characters and familiar ones? They're already making that show.
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
got that show.
But like I also like I see so many complaints from people who don't like anything after TNG. So I'm like, what do you guys
Oh yeah.
do? What are you guys doing here?
Yeah.
This is the eternal thing. Like even when
Yeah.
TNG premiered, I jumped on board right away with TNG and fell full force into the fandom.
Oh yeah.
I was amazed when I was like flipping through like Starland catalogs. Carrie, I don't know if you remember Starland in Denver, but it's like the Star Trek collectibles warehouse
Yeah.
store.
Yeah.
And they were selling shirts that had like the Coke Classic logo, but it said Trek Classic. We don't need a next generation.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And you know, that was the mentality for that show.
That was the mentality.
Yeah.
I was part of that mentality. I disavowed Next Generation, and it wasn't until I was in the hospital recovering from surgery for a week that the one thing that I had to look forward to every night was walking from my room down past the nurse's station. It was a long walk because I'd been opened up like a carp, and into where the color TV was. That's how long ago it was, kids.
Holy crap.
Carrie, was this when they took your manhood?
This when they took the left one. Yeah.
Only half
So,
of it.
so what you're telling me, what I'm hearing, is they had to take away your manhood in order for you to enjoy Star Trek.
No, this was
The
the
next
second.
The
generation.
next
No,
generation.
they took my left one, and then this was the second surgery where they opened me up from stem
Oh.
to stern, and went through my whole body, going,
Shifted
is there-
around in your guts.
Looking for
Is there
anything
more?
in there.
Is there more in there? But I would walk past, from my room where I was sharing a room with a guy who was just the worst person in the world, black and white TVs, and you'd walk down to the visitors' room where the color TV was, and then at 10 o'clock there were the Star Trek reruns. And I think the first one I saw was part one of Best of Both Worlds, not Best of Both Worlds, Locutus, the Locutus.
Yeah, Best of Both
episode.
Worlds.
Best of Both
Yeah.
Worlds, yeah. And I'm like, oh,
Wait a minute now.
wait.
What's
I-
all this? What's
did
all
I
this then?
did I dismiss this too quickly? I think I did, and then I dove back in, and there it was.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I was
okay.
part of that, and it's
Well,
and I think that's where I learned you gotta let shit go sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
we're maybe gonna get to see an experiment in this in a few years when the announced Star Trek series starts that apparently has nothing to do with any of the previous Star Treks.
At the movie.
I mean, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Or it's a movie, not a series.
movie,
But
yeah.
From the
That-
D&D guys.
that's what I mean. We're gonna see. Like if it actually has if you get no fan service, no references to other Star Trek stuff, we're gonna see how it goes.
That's why
How
I
much
love
would be too much? I know
Andor.
this is not going to have any ties, but they've got to. I mean, there's only so much you could do without saying Starfleet, San Francisco. I mean,
obvious-
there are
yeah.
gonna be things.
Background items are gonna have
Sure.
to be the same, right?
Mhm.
What's
Yeah.
interesting though about this whole conversation is like when Enterprise first premiered, it was just called Enterprise. It wasn't Star Trek Enterprise.
Yeah.
And when Section 31 was announced, it was just Section 31. They didn't put Star Trek on it. And even now, if you look at the logo for that thing,
That abomination.
Star Trek is really, really small compared to the largeness of the Section 31. So there is an effort to attract new fans by not dismissing but downplaying maybe the old aspects.
Well, I mean, look at that right there. Look at that.
Star
Trek
above
is
it.
little tiny at the top there, and then Starfleet Academy is big bold. You know?
Well, I
It's
feel
like
like
in the opening
Starfleet
credits as
is
well.
like Starfleet in itself is enough branding that you know it's Star Trek.
It's got the Delta on the thing front.
It's also
center.
so
You know
crazy
it's Star
too
Trek,
because
right?
then you see overcorrections like from the world of John Wick : ballerina. Like that's the full movie title, From the World of John Wick :
Oh,
ballerina. Like it's not just ballerina. It's like because they know, or not know, but they're hedging their bets on people not wanting to go see a female-led action movie that also happens to take place in the world of John Wick, but you won't know that unless you go see it. So they have to lead. And also, I don't know if you guys have seen that movie anyway. Way too much John Wick in it. Like,
Well, and that's interesting because when they did that Continental miniseries,
you had no idea it was a John Wick
yeah,
show.
it didn't say John Wick in the title; it was just the Continental. And,
Yeah.
and you know, if you're like me and just kind of aware of that universe, I didn't know what that was. You know, so.
Yeah.
I every semester I teach a writing class, right? And we talk about Star Trek when we're talking about barriers to entry for a brand.
Oh,
And
that's a good example. Yeah.
I've had 2 students in the 10 times I've taught this class who have actually seen anything Star Trek when I bring it up.
What? Ugh.
And the
It's-
rest have not.
Right. And so that's
Wow.
why we dive into it saying, all right, why haven't you?
Why
And-
defend yourself?
Because it's for
No.
nerds.
Yeah. And the
I'm not a
reasons
fucking nerd.
they're pretty consistent. It's old. It's cheesy. There's too much to get into, and I don't want to have to start because there's
That's relevant.
900
Homework.
episodes.
Homework. Yeah.
Homework.
Yeah.
If I haven't seen all 900 episodes and 14 movies, will I be able to get what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
The acting sometimes looks bad, and
This is the
but
same.
my favorite one though. Sorry, Tony. Is
No, you're good. Keep going.
my mom watched it, and
And I hate my mom.
yeah, pretty
I
much.
don't want to be
What?
into what my mom's into.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gosh.
Nobody wants to be what their parents are into. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. You know.
Well, and I was going to say that this is this age-old problem you get with comic books. You have these stories that have been going for 75 years, and DC and Marvel try to do new jumping on points every couple years, and sometimes fall on their face, sometimes it's successful. But I know for a lot of people, even when I'm asked the question, I want to read some comic books. Where do I start with Batman? I'm just like,
That's why the best advice I ever received was from an ex-boyfriend when I started reading comic books was you're never going to fully understand what's going on. You're never going to fully understand who's who, and you're never going to be caught up. And
Well,
then
Defeatist attitude.
well,
yeah, I was
then
going
when
to say,
went-
I'm going to prove that wrong.
when I went to Dr. Volt's, I was like, Dr. Volt, I would like to read a Black Widow comic. And he's like, okay. And he took me over to where the Black Widow comics were, and he's like, pick one.
Well, and also part of that is a Tony problem, because when I see something referenced in a comic I'm reading or in a TV show I'm watching and I don't know what it's referencing, my brain goes and I have to go back and see what it was referencing.
Well, yeah.
And what I tell everybody is if you want to start, just go and pick up the latest issue and read that first page because
yeah,
it will give you
little.
it'll give you the synopsis. It'll
Yeah,
catch
that's
you
true.
right
That's
up.
But that's a relatively new thing, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's only within the past really 10-ish years that they
Well,
started doing
So
that.
what I've ended up doing usually is I recommend trades of like
Trades are a good idea.
Elseworld style stories, not mainline stories. So if I want to read a good Superman comic, Red Sun, here you go. Read Red Sun.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it, and it has nothing to do with the regular
That's
Superman.
Superman ain't from America.
continuity,
What are you
exactly.
talking about?
But now Marvel,
is-
before they started doing that front page synopsis and everything, they would have a little thing at the top of the first panel Just a little thing that said, in the last issue, Man-Wolf attacks Spider-Man because blah blah blah.
Previously on.
Yeah, just real quick. And then as the story goes along, it'll say, something like, and that's when so and so died, and the editor last issue.
Oh, yeah.
You guys,
Who knows?
I love this conversation so much. We gotta wrap it up. I know we could do this for
we started
hours.
going down the comic
We
book
did.
hole.
This is the after party, right?
That was my fault. Sorry.
I got
I'm-
stuff I gotta go do.
I muddied the waters.
I gotta start drinking and watching Starfleet Academy. So.
Last thoughts, final words, everybody. Anything you want to get out there?
I feel like this is the jumping off point that you've been waiting for with Deep Space Nine.
It better be.
I think
Jesus
this is
Christ.
from here going forward. I think it's going to pick up.
And I think Starfleet Academy helped you with that.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that's the
think
thing. I love Paramount Plus era Star Trek. Like, I'm one of those people. I do love it unabashedly, and it is helping me to enjoy this older stuff a lot more.
I will say for my closing, I think that these 3 episodes, the Maquis Part 1 and 2, and Sam for Starfleet Academy, work together so well to give us a multifaceted view of Benjamin Sisko.
Well,
And we get to see him internally and externally from different perspectives. And I think that the timing for this, for us, the way that we did this, just worked out really well.
that's what I was
Well,
going to
that's
say.
how,
How
like,
could
when
we didn't even plan this. It just worked
No,
out
but
that way.
that's also how it was when I started watching Strange New Worlds in the original series. Like, watching both Strange New Worlds and the original series simultaneously was incredible for the neurons forming in my brain.
I just love my Star Trek. I love it all. I love it all. I'm sick of these toxic male fans out there who are bashing this new series because it's not for them. Okay,
By the way,
maybe it's not for you. Then go away.
To Carrie's point, not everything is for everybody.
Yeah.
And I've got plenty of people in my feed that are doing the same thing, just like, oh, I don't like this. It's too whatever. The thing is, maybe don't watch it.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to just not type a comment like that. Like, it's so easy to just go about your day without sharing your negative
is it?
opinion.
Or here you go. Write it down. Write the comment, and then don't press send.
Delete it.
That's
You've
how
got
I
it out of your
stopped
It's
head.
taking all this time, Carrie. I've
Yeah.
got all the stuff
That's
out.
how I
It's already-
stopped using social media. Like, I haven't really posted on social media since like last June. And what a huge part of it was, I would type out my dumb little thought, and then I'd be like, "Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
That's fine," and then just deleted it.
Oh, it's true. I was looking at my Facebook, and there was a friend of mine on there complaining about their wife, and it was like 2
On
paragraphs.
Facebook? Oh my
And I'm
God.
like, she's going to read this, right?
That's
it's-
a whole other.
Oh, wait a
And-
minute.
and
I
I-
have a Star Trek quote for that.
And I
Double
wanted to
dumbass
say,
on you.
I wanted to,
Double
I wanted to reply and say, why don't you take all of these things that you just said, walk into the next room and tell her?
Yeah.
We don't need to know.
Because they like sleeping with both eyes closed, not just one.
I will. My final wrap up comment is,
Yeah.
we had that Star Trek Barriers to Entry lecture on Wednesday this week, and
Yes.
I showed a bunch of trailers of a bunch of the shows, past and present, and everyone in the room, most people, I don't want to say everyone, was either like, I would watch Lower Decks because I like Rick and Morty, and that looked very Rick and Morty, and Starfleet Academy is a CW show that has all the things I like from a CW show. It's only 5 episodes in, you said. I can do that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ooh, better.
Well,
Let's go.
Let me tell you, Lower Decks is half of the reason why I'm enjoying the original series as much as I am.
It's Lower Decks is the gift that keeps on giving. The more you watch, and when you go back and rewatch Lower Decks, you will continue to pick up stuff.
Right there. Right
Oh,
It's
look
the
at those
Cerritos.
Is that the Cerritos?
Cerritos circling
Cerritos.
DS9.
Right there. Right
Um,
there.
Okay, you guys, I wish we could keep doing this. I have to go buy a car, so
Well,
Oh, fun.
I know. So
all right.
next time, I don't know if we're going to talk about 2 or 3 episodes. We'll figure it out.
Let us know.
Yeah. But thank you again so much for listening. If you want to write us, tvshowinspace@gmail.com. And until next time, amen.